And yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is the Weekly Update. As always, very first link down below is Weekly Shonen Jump. Please check it out. Right below that is Chainsaw Man Chapter 135, I believe. And then right below that is not a normal reaction thing. It's just a plug for something I'll mention after all of this. So, Chainsaw Man, pretty straightforward, really fun chapter, great reaction. I'm very excited for this new, phase of the series. That's all I'll say about that. Jump itself, bangin', very different order than usual this week, but I think it's pretty damn accurate, going over it again. ROBOCO, pretty good, not a 10 out of 10 chapter, but it's to be expected. ROBOCO is by its nature pretty uneven, but that is something I do find very charming about it. But yeah, if you want straight bangers, Sakamoto Days, absolutely killing it. Elusive Samurai, killing it. If you have a taste for, its form of killing it. My Hero, this is an arc that I didn't think we would ever get in the series, and it's being handled really well. It is fascinating. I love it. I'm very, 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 just very happy about it. This reaction in particular, I had a lot of fun with. Undead Unluck, of course, killing it like always. I'm also really, really happy that One Piece is coming back next week, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's been 4 chapters, right? I didn't double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's coming back next week. It has been sorely missed, but, honestly, it being out for a month did help with, the new series for my reactions. It's been way, way, way more manageable to do Jump for the last little bit, and I don't think either of these are sticking around in the, in the live stream. Asumi, I think I'm reading one more chapter in the pre-recordeds just to, get, my final taste of it. But right now, I'm leaning more towards dropping it, or, reading it off-channel. And then Icehead Gill, I really like, but in a Fabricant 100 sort of way. Where it's it's fun, but it's not the kind of thing where I think, I need other people talking to me as the chapter is happening. It doesn't feel like the fun is going to be amplified by that. This week in particular, though, I did think the fun was amplified. Both because I really like the character they introduced this week, and also there were some typesetting issues that I believe have been fixed in the current version of the chapter. So if you want to see what it was like when it first came out, you can see it in my reaction. It's a little time capsule. But yeah, that is that for Jump. Probably not gonna put Dragon Ball Super in this redirect because I have not even recorded it yet. I would rather, take my time, record it, and then probably put it out in next week's redirect. We'll see. I think I still have time to work on it. Maybe not. Maybe not. This might have been a little too much, but it's okay. The last thing I want to mention that is not a reaction thing. Oh, also, I did do a reaction to Battle Angel Alita, but that doesn't have to be redirected. That's just on the channel. Please check that out if you are a big Alita fan and you've wanted to see one of my Alita reactions for the longest time. I finally did one. Once next volume comes out, I'll catch up once more, and then we'll be on top of it. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to mention is that my fiance Donut and I are working on the Bancho restoration project. So if you've ever heard of classic manga Kongo Bancho, the creator of Seven Deadly Sins' previous work, I'm not a big fan of Seven Deadly Sins, but to be fair, I should probably give it another shot. Kongo Bancho's way more my speed. It's got that very big, big and beefy 90s, 80s, musclehead fighting manga energy to it. It's great. If you've read it, then the translations are pretty rough. There's a bunch of different groups that all worked on the series at different points at times, and some of them had better scans than others. So we got really good scans. We have done the work to get translations for all the sound effects. We've had someone go over they've taken a look at the translations. For the most part, the translations are fine or fine enough. But yeah, so the scans are a lot better. The translations are hopefully a little bit improved. They're mainly the same, I'll be honest. It's way more of a visual upgrade and a sound effect upgrade. And we did a couple of other things. The pages have been optimized, so if you read in 2-page spreads, if you do it on MangaDex, they even have a toggle usually for manga where you can flip between do you want the first thing you see to be 2 pages or 1 page? And that usually allows you to correct for when the scans are a little weird or offsets. But you don't even need to do that with these ones because we've got blank pages in there to offset them properly. Also, if you go to, let me just pop this open myself, actually. Like all the way down here, all the old scans are still here. Don't worry. You can also just like read ahead if you want to. It's a good series. It's genuinely a great series. And like, we're going to take a while to do this. This is not a within the next year we're wrapping this up project. So this is a like probably over the course of years project. But it's one that I feel is probably necessary because for some reason, no one wants to like pick up the series. I can't believe that, in English, I should say, there is no official release of Congo Bancho. It seems crazy. But if we go to the magazine extras and the translation notes, like in addition to the extras, which are like rescanned and like retypesets of, I know every time, the map of the 23 districts of Tokyo come up, like those have all been retypeset. That was a pain in the ass. But in addition to all the normal stuff, we also have a translation corner, much like your favorite old manga from the 2000s. And so if you want like little insights on various things here, you can get that here. And it comes down to a lot of like just tiny little puns and stuff, like shit in the background, like the Family Jewel study thing. This is, I believe, on like the first black and white page of the manga, maybe? It's so tiny. It's something I didn't even realize was a thing, and yet we had to look over and figure out, like, okay, what the fuck does this mean? Like, is this a gag or is this just a random filler text? And it was a gag, in fact. But yeah, I had a really good time with this. Also, if you check Donut's channel, Donut has committed to making like manga music videos for basically every part of the series, more or less based on the Guilty Gear Strive soundtrack. I know at some point later on he's going to switch over to the Zerd soundtrack. But I've seen a couple of these in previews, and they are fantastic. I believe the first two are already out, actually, so you can just click on those. Like, if you aren't sold on the manga and you kind of want to get a vibe for like what's the vibe of this manga, what is the art like, what is the storytelling like, I do think the manga music videos are a pretty good indication of what you should expect from the feel of it. But yeah, that is that. Very strange little swerve there. I'm probably not going to plug this until Volume 2 comes out, which is going to be in a while. Don't hold your breath on it. But yeah, whenever a volume gets is about to come out, I think I'll plug it. I may as well. But yeah, thank you so very much for checking out all my strange, weird shenanigans, for listening to my plugs, for listening to whatever I happen to say into this mic. I appreciate it very, very much. I will catch you next week, hopefully with some Dragon Ball Super. If not, then at the very least for some new Jump. All right, bye for now. Yeah.